Namaste viewers. It's Monday morning, April 7, 2025, and I'm your host Sunil Thakker of Sunny Talks Money. Welcome to ST Money's 7 a.m. early morning news, where we provide you the latest, concise, and precise stock market wrap with accurate figures and numbers. There will be more blood. And as predicted, Indian equity markets continue to witness a sell-off for the second consecutive session. Benchmark indices Sensex and Nifty 50 extended the losing streak to a second session on April 4, falling over 1% each as a risk of sentiment took over global markets amid fears of a trade war on the back of US President Donald Trump's reciprocal tariffs. The sell-off intensified over the course of the session as investors digested the broad-based impact of the sweeping tariffs. At close, the Sensex was down 931 points or 1.22%. 75,365, and the Nifty was down 346 points or 1.5% at 22,904. For the week, the BSE Sensex and the Nifty fell 2.6% each. Over 11 lakh crore rupees was wiped out in wealth as investors fled their equity holdings. Domestically, while the direct impact of these tariffs is relatively moderate compared to other major economies, it remains more substantial than initially projected. As Q4 approaches, a sequential improvement in corporate performance is anticipated. However, prevailing weak market sentiment suggests that the phase of consolidation may persist in the near term. The biggest losers on the Nifty included Tata Steel, Hindalco Industries, ONGC, Tata Motors, Cipla, while gainers were Bajaj Finance, Tata Consumer, HDFC Bank, Apollo Hospitals, and Nestle India. Among the broader basket, small cap shares were the worst hit as the Nifty Small Cap Index ended down by 3.56%. The Nifty Mid Cap 100 Index also settled lower by 2.91%. All the sectoral indices, barring Nifty Financial Services and FMCG, settled in the red with metal, IT, oil and gas, PSU Bank, auto, and realty being the worst hit. Shares on the IT index also saw continued selling, including leading names like TCS and Infosys, as well as other mid-cap names, as President Trump's reciprocal tariffs sparked worries over slowing client spends and U.S. consumption. The IT index suffered the most, falling 9% on a weekly basis due to uncertainty over IT client spends. This was the worst week for the IT index since the pandemic years. The metals index crashed sharply as fears of China, Vietnam, and South Korea dumping their steel production at low cost spiked. This would impact the sales and margin growth for domestic players. Further, fears of an extended trade war between global giants have dampened sentiment. Pharmaceutical stocks have seen a sharp sell-off in trade on April 4 after US President Donald Trump announced that his administration is looking at possible tariffs on pharmaceuticals. However, international brokerage CLSA allayed concerns, stating that the risk of high tariffs on pharma products is low. Among stocks, Mazgaon Dock Shipbuilder shares fell 7% after Government of India is set to sell up to 4.83% stake in the company via an offer for sale (OFS) on April 4 and April 7. Avenue Supermarts (DMart) shares fell most in nearly 3 months post quarter 3 FY25 business updates. The fear index India VIX, which gauges the volatility in the India market, settled higher by 1.13% at 13.76 points. Stocks to watch today. Tata Steel, Yes Bank, Godrej Properties, AstraZeneca Pharma, IndusInd Bank, Nykaa, Bajaj Housing Finance, Indian Bank, Tata Motors, ITC, Puravankara, Federal Bank, Bajaj Products, TVS Motor Company, Biocon, Force Motors, L&T, Motilal Oswal Financial Services, and Siemens will be in focus on April 7. What now for today? The Nifty has given a consolidation breakdown on the daily chart, indicating bearishness. Initially, the index found support at the crucial 22,900 level. However, sentiment remains weak and a further decline from the current level could trigger additional market correction. On the lower end, if Nifty falls below 22,900, it may move towards 22,676. On the higher end, resistance is seen at 23,100. A move above 23,100 could provide a clear sign for a strong. However, Looking ahead, a time-wise correction in the Nifty index is anticipated. Traders are advised to stay focused on stock selection and adopt a hedged strategy until further clarity emerges. In the US overnight, US markets spiraled downwards in a free fall and in the process wiping out a $6.6 trillion of net worth. The Dow Jones pulled back 5.5% to enter into correction territory. Meanwhile, the S&P 500 sank 6%. And the tech-heavy Nasdaq Composite dropped 5.8% to close in bear market territory. Brent crude is currently trading lower at $63.71 a barrel. Gold is at rupees 88,210 per 10 grams, and silver is rupees 87,730 per kilogram. And that's the wrap for today, my dear viewers. And if you got value from this, please do subscribe, like, and share this video as much as possible. You can contact me at st@st-money.com for any further information. I'll see you again tomorrow morning. In the meantime, happy investing, stay inspired, and remember, it's all about money.